So here we have a shootout today, probably a bit not your normal shootout, and the reason why, so I'm old school. I used to like big bins, 15s and horns, or in this case shootouts between the Celestion QX153 15-inch woofer, 6-inch mid-range and horn loaded ring transmission horn. Two bins coupled with a Yamaha EMX 5016 1000 watt powered amp. So why isn't it here? It's because I've sold it. Now we're also comparing that with the EVOLE EV50s with the LD MAUI28. You know, when you go into a shop, it's very hard to compare because nobody either has all the gear and no one can really crank it up in a small shop. So it's a shootout between the EVOLE EV50, MAUI LD28, QSC speakers, which I've just shown you, the Celestions, with the Yamaha EMX 5016. This is all my opinion. Take it any way you like. I've got over 50 years experience as a muso. If you go to a JBL shop, they'll push JBL. If you go to Yamaha, they'll push Yamaha, QSC, PV, etc., etc. I'm not paid by anyone, nor am I loyal to any particular brand. I want the best sound for the best bang for buck. Over the years, my preferences have been PV, P-E-A-V-E-Y, PV passive speakers with their powered mixers, and or Yamaha EMX 5016 together with their club speakers, etc. Now, the shootout occurred at a factory around 35 metres in length, or 120 foot by 10 metres wide, or around 30 foot. In the old school, all were set up and cranked full, and I played tracks via a MIDI track file player or Bluetooth, which these are all set up for. What I thought would be best would be the Celestion speakers by far, followed by EVOLE 50, followed by LD MAUI28. Totally blown away by the results. A clear third place, or last if you like, were the Celestions with the Yamaha powered mixer. In second place, which I didn't think would happen, would be the EVOLE EV50, and by a clear margin the Maui LD MAUI28 G2. I'm talking about sound quality. By far the best bass punch instead of the EV 12-inch sub with the two 8-inch woofers, which blew me away. I didn't expect them to be so punchy and tight. All were cranked up at full volumes, no distortion on the LD28, a bit woolly, and the bass at full volume on the EV. For compactness of use, they're both virtually the same. As you can see, virtually identical. My advice is, before you go and buy any QSC12.2s or Celestions or Yamaha or PV or anything, crank them up and then crank up the same song on these sort of subs with the line array speakers. Make sure you include the Maui LD28 G2s. You'll be absolutely blown away. Put in perspective, I've done about 140 gigs on the QSC system with the Touchmix 16. A fabulous mixer, awful plug in the back, proprietary plug. When that moves or wears a bit, you'll just lose all sound on stage. Why do they design such a plug? The old kettle plug is sure and tested, never moves, never comes out. Anyway, that's my gripe. The QSC 12.2s and 10.2s sounded harsh to my ears. I get sore ears playing with them on lots of gigs. I much prefer other speakers, probably RCF, but if I had my own system, I would definitely buy the LD28. Just so clear and precise. A couple of other things. The bass sounds the best on the Maui. It's got 4 channels, not 3 as on the EV. It's got 4 channels. What I love is a dedicated Bluetooth control here, volume. Yes, you've got it in the EV, but you've got to get into the DSP settings to muck around with it. Same with the sub level. It's a one knob turn. You want more sub, crank it up, adjust it. 4 channels, easy controls to me. I'm not worried about the pretend system on a phone. I never use it, never did use it ever with 140 odd gigs plus with the Touchmix speakers and the setup. Never used the iPads or iPhones or anything like that. To me, it's just a toy, a gimmick, unless you're a sound engineer and you're at the back of the stage or somewhere. Clarity, sound projection, live field projection, by far MAUI LD28 G2.